video game journalists suck at video games, parody should be abolished, and my initial thoughts on Desttiny 2. We'll get into it in the breakdown. What's going on, people? It's your boy DaRealMastalin, and welcome to your daily dose. And as always, before we get started, I want y'all to do those 3 quick things for me. First one, jump and dash over that like button. Subscribe here for more. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I drop a video. Now let's break it down. First up, we got the age-old question. Should video game journalists be good at video games? I personally think yes. You can't tell me that a game sucks if you just suck at it, because you're always going to have a bad time because you're bad at the game. This is how this whole story unfolds. At Gamescom, VentureBeat writer Dean Takahashi is playing Cuphead, and he sucks. Like, there's levels of suck, and he passed all of those levels. There was literally instructions on the screen for what he needs to do, and he failed over and over. If you watched the entire 26 minutes, which I did painfully, there was so much wrong with him just being able to jump and shoot. Like, Cuphead, as beautiful as it is basically Contra. You jump and you shoot at stuff. It's some little platforming elements, but like I said, you jump and you shoot stuff. It's basically Contra. And for him to be so horrendous at it, because this is the problem, the main problem I have. People like this who review games, when they go to review, like say he goes to review Cuphead, he'll say it's too difficult, or there was a difficulty curve for new players to learn, yada yada. That's the type of stuff that happens, and then games get torpedoed because you, the person reviewing it, are just horrendous at it. And it comes to a point where I'm not saying that every video game writer in the history of mankind is bad at video games, but a lot of them, especially at these major publications, because I've watched a lot of these dudes do the little off-camera gameplay of like games at Gamescom and E3, and there's a lot of them that are trash at everything they touch. And it's crazy because they like, I love this series, but you're so bad at it. I understand you love this series because everyone else loves this series and they just want to feel included, but you cannot be this bad. Like, my man couldn't even jump and dash. That's literally all it was him trying to jump and dash. And then when you look at the gameplay, he's jumping on people, and then he was like, it took me 10 minutes for someone to tell me that you can't jump on their head like Mario, after he kept dying trying to do it. Like, it's so ridiculous. These journalists have this in, and they reach so many people that little things like them not being good at a game can turn a review as sour as it can, because he bashed, like, completely and utterly destroyed Mass Effect Andromeda. And to Mass Effect, there was bugs and all that stuff, but Mass Effect Andromeda as a game is better than a lot of these games out here. Just keeping it 100, keeping it funky, Mass Effect Andromeda is better than a lot of these games out here, and he destroyed it. But like I said, if you're that bad at a game, how do you know that a game is good or bad? Because I can't trust in your skills to be able to determine whether or not you're just bad or the game is bad. I really want the gaming industry, quote unquote, to get it together, because stuff like this makes me lose faith in them even more. Next up, we got Raiders of the Broken Planet. And for those of you who don't know, it's a small action-adventure multiplayer title that's coming up later for Xbox and PlayStation 4 and PC, I believe. And this game, according to an article in Gaming Bolt, they asked the creators of the game, Mercury Steam, about the differences between the Xbox One and the PS4 and the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. And basically they said that they are going to push for parity. No matter what happens, no matter the power, they said that it is going to be difficult, quote unquote, to see the differences between the two. They said that they strive, no matter what the console or hardware specifications are, they strive to have uniform quality, ensuring that the best player experience across all platforms regardless of their platform of choice. I'm all about having uniform quality, but I'm also about utilizing the power of each individual platform, because the thing about parity, and this is what makes this so frustrating for me, the thing about parity is that it basically says to your audience that you're not willing to try because you're just going to make something that's decent and that'll work on whatever you can get it to work on, and then kind of put it out and hopefully it's all right. Like, if you are not willing to put in the effort for this thing that you supposedly love so much to make each individual asset and thing the best it can be on whichever platform it can be, then I feel like you're just giving up on your own product. And what does that tell me as a consumer? It tells me that if you're giving up on your own product, I shouldn't even try, because you're not going to try. Obviously, you feel like you don't need to, customize or try to utilize all the pieces you have available. And especially for me, who plays a lot of games on PC, stuff like this pisses me off even more, because then we get unoptimized games that have game-breaking bugs. And the reason was because you decided to make a game as basic as possible. Then they said we upscale. So all you're upscaling is some textures, but you're not actually optimizing the game, which makes it even more egregious that you're doing it. Again, if you're going to make a game, I urge you, I implore you, I beg you to make each individual platform the best it can be. That shows not only your dedication, but it shows that you are willing to put in the extra time to make this thing the best it can be. Show that to me. Show that to me as a consumer. Show that to all of us, because otherwise you'll lose us. And last up, we got a quick impression, just quick. I'm not gonna go into detail. I'll do a full review of Desttiny 2. I'm gonna wait. It's gonna be about a month or so. I want to see not only the end game activities, but I want to be able to play some end game activities and see for the long haul how Desttiny 2 is gonna be. I also want to compare it to the PC version so that I can get a direct comparison from the console to the PC, and I want to add that into my review. So look out for that in about a month, I want to say. But so far, what I've played, I'm playing on Xbox One because that's where my raid team, that's where my friends are playing. And it's Desttiny 1 minus the non-story elements. Like, Desttiny 2 is much more emphasized on the story as so far from what I've played, and I enjoy that part of it. But there's also pieces where I don't know, there's so many controversial quote unquote things with Desttiny 2 that I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like the whole shader thing. They said, and I quote, this is from Luke Smith on Twitter, he said he wants people to have moments where they're like, oh, I want to go back to Titan to farm so I can get a shader. No, like, shaders in Desttiny 1, for those of you who don't know, are infinite use items. You can switch shaders in and out for whatever piece of armor, however much you want. Now, shaders are one-time use, and they sell them for real money. So it's real weird that now you changed it to single use, but you went to the point where you can sell it for money, or you can grind out whatever planet you're on. Like, I've played this game for probably 7 hours at this point in time, something like that, and I've got no shaders. So in 7 hours, all I've been doing is opening up chests, and I've gotten 0 shaders from planet to planet, just, going around patrols because I need to level up to play the story. And I've opened up dozens upon dozens upon dozens of chests, gold, normal chests, whatever, on every planet. I've gotten 0 shaders. So that tells me that the emphasis and the multiplier is so low that it is going to be almost impossible to be able to, customize your character fully. And them playing on the vanity of people is deplorable. Like, there's no reason that this type of microtransaction should hinder, because again, if you go for a one-time, oh, I want to buy this shader and it's in Eververse, okay, that's all your choice. But now it's at the point where you can either grind for 6 hours to try to get a shader that you can use one time, and then say you have a piece of armor. Now this is your armor set, you love it, especially with Desttiny having fixed rolls. So this is your armor and you love everything about it, and you apply this shader. Now you want to change it because you want to change your look, but you don't have any more shaders. So now you got to go grind for 10-15 hours to try to get enough shaders for you to be able to change over what you want. That is ridiculous. Like, and Bungie and them Activision claws, like them Activision gets them hooks in you, and suddenly stuff starts going real left field. So I'm hoping with everything in me that Bungie fixes this before it turns into a Call of Duty situation where you're paying for weapons. Because even right now with them, you can pay for elemental mods and all that stuff for Eververse. It's all very muddy waters, and I don't think it's gonna get better because Activision is pulling those strings, and they're pulling those strings to the point where as long as Destiny is making money, they're not gonna change it. They're gonna feel no necessity to change it, no matter how much people scream and yell at them on the internet. As long as Destiny is making money, and Destiny is making money, they're gonna continue to push this narrative. My overall impressions on the game, like I said, it's better in some places than Destiny 1, worse in others, and I haven't gotten a full, a look at the whole thing because I haven't run any strikes, I haven't played any Crucible. It's just me playing the story and doing some patrols with my friends. So I'll let you know in about a month what my final thoughts on Destiny 2 are when I give you my full review. That's all the news I got for today. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all for coming by, watching these videos, for hitting me up on Twitter at DaRealMastalin, and come by my stream, mixer.com/DaRealMastalin. I've been streaming Destiny 2 lately, but feel free to swing by, chat it up, just watch me play, run a report with me, whatever. Name my stream team. Broadband Bullies, me, some of my boys. We just, we out here grinding on YouTube. We out here grinding on Mixer. We grinding on Twitch. We just out here doing what we do. It's everything from video games to sports to technology to some quasi-science stuff. We get it in across the board. So as always, it's been your boy Mastalin, always giving you the real. I love y'all like some play cousins, and I'm out.